The city stretched below like a constellation of broken promises. Sebastian Hawthorne pressed his palm against the cold glass. 32 floors between him and the world he'd conquered, but never truly belonged to. At 32, his empire glittered with success. His soul felt hollowed out. 3 days until the gala. 3 days until he'd have to smile for cameras and pretend the weight in his chest didn't exist. He picked up his phone. Her name glowed on the screen. Luna Rodriguez. His finger hovered over the call button. 2 years of watching her transform chaos into clarity. 2 years of pretending his interest was purely professional. The dial tone felt like falling. Luna Rodriguez speaking. Her voice carried warmth that money couldn't buy. Sebastian's throat tightened. I need to ask you something, and I need you to hear me out before you say no. Silence stretched between them like a tightrope. The charity gala Saturday night. Come with me, Mr. Hawthorne. I don't think that's appropriate. Those events are for people who belong in that world. What if I told you I don't belong there either? The confession escaped before he could stop it. What if I told you the only person I want standing next to me is someone who reminds me why any of this matters? Her breathing changed, quickened. Come from a factory town. My mother cleaned houses. I don't know your world. Then teach me yours. The pause lasted an eternity. I'll think about it. One more thing. Sebastian closed his eyes. The reason I'm asking is because somewhere between financial reports and board meetings, you became the only real thing in my life. And that terrifies me more than any business deal ever has. The line went dead. Sebastian stared at his reflection in the darkened window. He'd just exposed a wound he'd spent years hiding now. All he could do was wait. The next morning arrived with blood in the water. Damien Cross stood by the conference room window, his posture radiating the kind of entitlement that came from generations of inherited wealth.
Oh, thou.
Me, you're joking about bringing the accountant, Sebastian. Poured coffee with deliberate calm. Her name is Luna, and no. Natasha pierces. Laugh cut like crystal. Darling, this isn't about romance. This is about reputation. She'll embarrass herself, and you'll pay the price. She's more authentic than everyone on that guest list combined. Authenticity doesn't know which fork to use. Damien's voice dripped contempt. Intelligence doesn't waltz. Your feelings are clouding your judgment. Sebastian's knuckles whitened around his coffee cup. My judgment built this company. Or did you forget who took the risks while you counted Daddy's money? The room temperature dropped. Natasha stood, smoothing her designer suit. We're trying to protect you. Bring Catherine Morrison. Bring Vivian Ashworth. Bring someone who won't make our investors question your stability. My decision is final. Damien moved closer, voice dropping to a dangerous whisper. Then don't come crying to me when this blows up in your face. Some bridges once burned, stay burned. As they left, Sebastian noticed the way Damien's jaw clenched. Something about that look felt wrong. Felt calculated. His phone buzzed. A message from Luna. I'll go. But Sebastian, I need you to promise me something. If I don't fit, if this becomes a mistake, you'll let me disappear quietly, Sebastian typed. Back with shaking hands. You could never be a mistake. What he didn't write was the truth. That his partners were already sharpening their knives, and Luna had just walked into a war she didn't know was coming. Luna's hands wouldn't stop. Trembling, the black dress hugged her body like borrowed armor. Elegant, but simple, against the extravagance she knew waited. Her grandmother's pearl earrings felt like talismans against the coming storm. The limousine glided through streets that had never welcomed people like her. Through tinted windows, she watched the city transform from her world to his. Neon signs giving way to marble facades. You can still turn back, she whispered to her reflection. But then the car stopped, and Sebastian was there. He stood at the venue. Entrance in a tuxedo that looked painted on, but it was his eyes that gutted her. They held something raw, something desperate. He looked at her like she was oxygen. Luna. Her name on his lips sounded like prayer. You're breathtaking. She stepped out, legs unsteady. I'm terrified. Good. So am I. He offered his arm, and she noticed his hand shaking too. We'll be terrified together. The ballroom stole her breath. Crystal chandeliers dripped light, like liquid diamonds. Women draped in couture moved like swans, their jewelry catching light with every calculated gesture. Luna felt every eye turn toward them. Is that her? The whispers cut through champagne-soaked air. The accountant. What is Sebastian thinking? She's wearing last season? Sebastian's grip tightened on her hand. Ignored them. They're vultures circling someone more alive than they'll ever be. Sebastian. Darling, Natasha Pierce materialized in crimson silk. Her smile sharp enough to draw blood. And you must be Luna. How charming. Your dress is so understated. The word understated landed like a slap. Thank you, Luna managed. I believe in letting characters speak louder than fabric. Natasha's eyes flashed. How refreshing. Though I imagine it's easier to believe that when one lacks options. Sebastian stepped between them. Natasha, weren't you just leaving? Actually, I came to tell you that Damien needs to speak with you. Urgent business. Something about the Singapore contracts? She turned to Luna with predatory sweetness. You don't mind if I borrow him for just a moment, do you? I promise we'll take good care of him. Every instinct screamed danger. Go, Luna said, forcing confidence she didn't feel. I'll be fine. Sebastian hesitated, his eyes searching hers. 5 minutes. I'll be right back. She watched him disappear into the crowd, and suddenly, she was alone in a room full of sharks. You're the charity case. A man in designer glasses appeared at her elbow. Sebastian's little social experiment. I'm his guest. You're a statement. A rebellion against his own class. It's almost admirable, except it won't last. He sipped champagne. People like you don't survive in our world. You're temporary entertainment. Luna's nails dug into her palms. People like me built the companies people like you inherited. Che, he smiled without warmth. But inheritance is permanent. Novelty fades. Across the room, through a gap in the crowd, Luna saw Sebastian in heated conversation with Damien. Their body language screamed conflict. Damien grabbed Sebastian's arm, gesturing sharply toward something Luna couldn't see. Then Sebastian's face changed. Color drained. Fury replaced confusion. He was looking at his phone. Luna's own phone buzzed in her clutch. Unknown number. She opened the message and felt the floor drop away. A photo. Sebastian with another woman, intimate, recent text below. Ask him about Claire. Ask him about the prenup he's trying to dodge. You're not special. You're convenient, the room tilted? Luna looked up and found Sebastian pushing through the crowd toward her. His face desperate, but all she could see was the lie. All she could feel was the walls closing in. Luna, wait. He reached for her. She stepped back. Who's Claire? His face confirmed everything. Let me explain. Explain what? That I'm a pawn? That this entire thing was just you trying to prove something to your ex-wife? It's not like that. Then what is it like, Sebastian? Because right now it looks exactly like everyone warned me it would. People were watching now. Phones out, documenting the collapse. Sebastian's voice cracked. She's lying. Whoever sent you that is lying. Are you married? Technically, yes. But the word technically destroyed her. I need to leave. 5 minutes ago you trusted me. 5 minutes ago I didn't know I was the other woman. She turned toward the exit, vision blurring. Behind her, Sebastian's voice carried over the orchestra. Don't do this. Don't let them win. But Luna was already gone, disappearing into the night where she'd always belonged, and in the shadows of the ballroom. Shh. Damien Cross smiled into his champagne glass. Rain hammered the pavement as Luna fumbled with her apartment keys. Mascara streaked her cheeks. The dress that had felt like armor now felt like a costume she couldn't shed fast enough. Her phone exploded with notifications. Social media had already crucified her. Photos, memes, headlines, billionaires, gold-digging accountant causes. Seen at charity gala, she threw the phone across the room. 3 sharp knocks at her door made her freeze. Luna, I know you're in there. Yes. Sebastian's voice, raw and broken. Go away. Not until you hear the truth. She yanked the door open, fury blazing through tears. The truth? You're married, Sebastian. That's the only truth that matters. I'm separated. Have been for 8 months. Claire and I signed divorce papers 3 weeks ago. The prenup Damien mentioned? It's because she's trying to take half my company despite our ironclad agreement. He stepped inside, rain dripping from his hair. That photo was from a legal mediation 6 months ago. Damien knew. He sent it to you. Luna's breath caught. Why would he do that? Because if I go through a messy public divorce right now, our Singapore deal collapses. Damien positioned himself to buy my shares at a fraction of their worth if that happens. He needed to sabotage us. Sebastian pulled out his phone, hand shaking, and showed her documents. Legal papers, emails. A trail of Damien's manipulation laid bare. I should have told you about Claire from the beginning. I was afraid you'd see me the way everyone else does. Damaged, incapable of something real. Luna's walls cracked. You made me feel like I mattered. Then you made me feel like a fool. You're the only thing that's ever mattered. Sebastian's voice broke. Tonight, when you walked away, I realized something. I don't care about the company. I don't care about the deal. I care about you. So I'm walking away from all of it.
What are you talking about?
I'm selling my shares to Natasha. Taking the loss. Damien gets nothing, and I get my life back. He stepped closer. But only if that life includes you. Tears streamed down Luna's face. You'd give up everything you built? I built an empire and lost myself. You helped me find something worth more than money. Worth more than power? His hand reached for hers. You, Sebastian, I can't let you do that. It's already done. The papers are signed. I'm free, Luna. Finally free. She looked at this man who'd traded his kingdom for a chance at something real. Something terrifying. Something worth fighting for. I'm scared. Me too. She closed the distance between them, her lips finding his in a kiss that tasted like rain and redemption. We're going to fail spectacularly at this, she whispered against his mouth. Then we'll fail together. Outside, the city lights blurred through rain-streaked windows. 2 broken people holding each other in the wreckage of their old lives. Building something new from the ashes. Something real. Something theirs. The end.